Nice. Okay, everybody. Hey, this is El Viejo Toro with the Fancy Action Now, and this is an update on the situation which has resolved itself very quickly. Very quickly. And it has been shut down. Joe has just posted a new video. He is back to business. And I have to compliment Joe on the way that he has handled this. He has literally resolved this whole situation within a week, not even a week, 5 days, 4 days. I mean, he has literally just gone from complete drama garbage to full resolution, essentially, with a little mopping up probably, in a matter of days. So lawyer, cease and desist, an official, well thought out, well-meaning statement that had steel in it, definitely had some steel, had some teeth in it, but a strong declaration of his opposition to these type of slanders, which is what they are. I mean, you can call it Me Too, or you can call it whatever you want. But if there is no substantiation to it, if there is no legitimacy, it is defamation and slander, which is a crime. A crime. So, the individual who made these accusations against Joe has decided to step away from Twitter. I love how people say that. I'm going to step away from Twitter, from my channel. It's very evocative. It's very romantic. Like, till we meet again. Or when the next time I decide to be a complete and utter fool, I'll let you know. But I'm sure I'll be back at it. So this is what this person says here. Hold on. Let me have a look at this here. This person says, I will be taking a step back from Twitter. It amazes me that people that think that the little follows I am getting somehow outweigh all the backlash and result in clout monetary gain. I never said he assaulted me. I said his actions were predatory because they were. Predatory. Well, is he a predator? Or but he's a predator that never assaulted you? Again, we're approaching a point where just being alive is a crime at this point. Like, if you're walking down the street and you happen to be a man, you're a criminal. I mean, it's pre-crime at this point. How can you possibly not assault somebody and be considered a predator? A predator, let's talk about what is a predator. A predator is a higher order animal in the food chain that predates on a lower form in the food chain. A prey animal. Cats predate on mice. So at what point in time, when he granted this person all of these perks and access that and again, they were admittance to that they deceived, they told some white lies to Joe to facilitate their access. So, and again, what is your motivation? Here's the other thing. She states it, and you know what's funny is she says, it amazes me that people think the little follows I am getting. So in that statement, and I hope she's being advised by legal counsel. Somebody told her, you need to walk this back like right now, or you're going to be paying out money. And even in her statement, she says she is gaining notoriety, followers, and has been accused of seeking monetary gain. And I will say this, and we will close the matter. And I knew this is the way it would go because Joe did exactly to the letter of what you should do in these cases. Seek legal counsel, issue a statement or a press release that is edited through your attorney to make sure that you are within the law and you are stating the case as it needs to be stated in case further action needs to be taken. Okay? He sent a cease and desist, which was probably sent overnight and sitting on her lap in the morning. Probably right there on her doorstep in the morning, or her lawyer's doorstep. He did not mess around or bandy words with these individuals. He said, if you're going to pursue this course of action, I'm going to sue you and extract resources from you for the damage you've done to me. And he could still do it. He could still do it. He will probably let it go at this point. Because essentially he is a reasonable person. Ironic, Angry Joe is reasonable. Yeah. He is. He's an intelligent, reasonable person. He didn't get mad. He didn't go flame war. He got smart. He got legal. And that just straightens people out immediately. Even the craziest bugaboos and ex-relationship people and wackos and just driving by, and all of a sudden they get a note, they get an order to appear, or they get a cease and desist, and all of a sudden all of that just vaporizes. If you engage with them at the one-on-one, they're going to play with you and put you through the ringer and laugh the whole time while you cry and wonder what happened to your life. Lawyers are expensive. Yes. Get one. If you have no resources to do it, I'm sorry. I think some of the fees that lawyers charge are exorbitant many times. But it's amazing how effective they can be at straightening people out who want to get in your life just to watch it burn down. There are those people out there. There are self-serving people who will try to destroy your good name to gain 1,000 subs. Because what I notice about this person is when they first approached Joe, they were not acting in good faith. They say they were deceiving. They told lies to Joe to help promote themselves. So right away, you're dealing with a low level of character. Now, if you walked up on Joe in good faith and just said, hey, I'm young, I'm new, I could use a little exposure, Joe, and he decided to help you out with that, which is he's free to do, that's fine. But they did not act in good faith, and she was using Joe and his notoriety to promote herself. And then 2 years later, when whatever her hopes and dreams or fantasy of what her life should be are not manifesting, now we're going to accuse Joe. We're going to use him on the opposite side. Again, passive-aggressive. Passive-aggressive. We're going to use Joe on the opposite side to gain notoriety. So we're going to go to Joe. We're going to try and sugar some notoriety to grow my career. And then I'm going to use the vinegar on the other side to gain additional woke points. Again, coincidentally, right after a negative view of The Last of Us 2. Coincidentally. So congratulations, Joe. You handled this the right way. You just provided the entire world a template for how you handle this type of situation. Do not engage. Do not get in a flame war. Call an attorney. Well, how do you get an attorney? How do you do that? You crack open the internet, you page through the websites, you find a local attorney, you speak to a few of them, you pay a retainer, and you sign a representative agreement. And that retainer can be anything from 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. And then they use those funds, they put those funds in an account, and then they draw from them when they take actions on your behalf, like drafting the cease and desist. That has to be drafted, and they charge you hours for that, right? And 1 hour, quite often, is $200, $300, $500, etc. Again, we're not talking cheap, but we're talking real. And real ain't cheap, baby. And that's what I think Wookie Monster found that out, that real accomplishment takes work. And not everybody has the same level of ability and talent. And if you have a small channel and you're reasonably happy with doing that, then be satisfied with that. But if you have to go and stir and kick somebody else's career in the ass to gain like a little bit of traction, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Okay? So this is a win for everyone. For everyone. Particularly the victims of genuine abuse. And the passive-aggressive tone, I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate the, well, he never assaulted me, but he was predatory. Who was hunting this guy at the show like a safari king? Who was hunting Joe? Who was insinuating herself into parties and press conferences and influencer meetings? And who insinuated herself in there and was texting him at 2 a.m? Remember I said she was the aggressor and or the showing. I mean, you can call it, hey, showing initiative, which Joe probably appreciated. He probably said, wow, man, she's really going for it. She knows, I mean, he's no fool. He knows that she's trying to extract notoriety off of his back. But he's a big-hearted person. He doesn't mind. But he should have, because that's a low character thing. That's a low character go. And you tend to look at the world sometimes with rose-colored glasses. And there are predators out there. And I would have to say, I think Miss Wookie Monster is projecting a little bit. I would say in this situation, she's the predator. And that's what we have to come to terms with in these situations, is that the accused is often being predated by the accuser for financial gain, for notoriety, and or political clout. I would have to agree with Miss Wookie Monster in that there is predation going on here, but it's not Joe. This has been LVO Toro for the Fancy Action Now. I'm your host. Stay tuned.